I'm LaKeshia.
Hey, I'm Natalie.
And this is Life Cracks Us Up.
Are you picking up what we're putting down? Are you enjoying the content? Is there feedback you'd like to provide or topics you'd like to discuss? How about you give us a call and share your thoughts? 757-504-4649. That's 757-504-4649. We would love to hear from you.
Hi-yo! All right.
I got some questions for you. Would you rather fight a horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses?
First of all, where'd you get these animals?
I had a dream last night.
Like, am I going to stumble upon a horse-sized duck?
Could you imagine?
Oh, I'd be terrified.
Is it an ostrich?
I don't know. I don't know if I could fight it because either one, I'd be terrified, so I'm running, or two, I'd be laughing so hard, like, what?
Yeah, like, how did this happen? Yeah.
Can they even make? Okay, anyway, so I think
we go left too far.
I think I would be more comfortable trying to fight one horse-sized duck as opposed to 100 of anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You ever see, like, where I live now? I live on a lake, huge lake. It's a man-made lake, but it's a big lake. And we have Arctic swans. Oh my gosh, it is the prettiest. The entire lake is just covered with these white birds. I'm not joking. Like, I'll send you a picture. The entire lake is covered with Arctic swans. I know they're Arctic swans because they make so much noise. All night you hear, and there's like 1,000 of them on the lake. So I'm like, we had this argument. My mom said that they were swans because they have the long, pretty neck and the pure white. And I was like, but where would swans be coming, to a lake like this or whatever? So of course my daughter was like, no, they're the geese. And I'm like, no, geese are brown, geese are dark. So I just started doing research. What kind of bird comes to, and I put the area in winter, Arctic swan. So I watched the videos and sure enough, it is literally them. So I say all that to say, looking at 100 of those,
yeah,
the thought of me trying to fight them, I'm going to go ahead and pass. Yeah. Those birds, they are very ornery.
Oh yeah. I ain't messing with them.
And it's not because of their medulla oblongata. You're wrong, Colonel Sanders. Mama said. Water boy. Okay, so yeah, I'm going with you. I'm fighting that one. And if I'm lucky, it's a horse-sized duck. So it only has 2 feet. It's just big. Maybe I can outrun it, but ducks fly, yeah.
Yeah, I think. Daffy? Okay, all right.
We probably wouldn't stand a chance either way, but I'm with you. I'm going out. Yeah.
One.
Okay, got another one for you. Would you rather eat candy bars every day?
Yes.
Oh boy. Would you rather eat candy bars every day or after every meal drink a cup of spoiled milk? Nothing but candy bars all day, every day.
I don't see what the problem. I don't see how they spoiled milk, candy bars. Like, I'm taking candy all day, every day.
Yeah,
I don't even drink milk.
See, but the thought,
spoiled milk.
Although, okay, I can go so many places with this. I feel like I would do the spoiled milk. However, the thought of eating nothing but candy all day, every day, like every time I'm hungry, I got to eat a candy bar. What is that doing to my teeth? What is that doing to my heart? Like, how long am I living off of nothing but candy bars every day? That's number one. The spoiled milk, it's hard for me to grasp that because I can't even drink regular milk most of the time because I start thinking about where it comes
To
from.
grasp it? You said I can't grasp this?
Yeah. No pun intended, but yeah, I can't. Sometimes I start thinking about
Like
where
cow
it comes.
If it's got teeth, you can milk it.
Meet the fuckers. He's a little cat, little teeth. But I can't. Sometimes same with eggs. I can't get past eggs at times, and if I let my mind go too far into it, I can't even eat them. Like it'll take a while, and then I'll get back to
anything if I think about where it comes.
That's very true. But when you think about an egg, that little yellow yolk,
I don't want to.
Right. And what is that little white thing that's connected to? Is that a membrane of sorts? Yeah. See, I can't help it. So the spoiled milk. Although the concept of spoiled milk is like, bleh, but give me some pears and some cottage cheese and I'm on it. Like,
because that looks
weird.
Like spoiled milk. I don't eat cottage
Isn't that
cheese.
what it is? It's curdled milk and like pasteurized or something.
Spoiled milk.
Curdled.
Because I know, but they do stuff to it. So it's not
it's pasteurized. Right. That's what I'm saying.
It
like,
looks the same.
Yeah. So I guess maybe if I plug my nose and try to drink it.
Do I have to drink milk?
That's the question. So you're going with the candy bar.
I'm going with candy all day.
Yeah.
I do that already.
Yeah. I heard that. Maybe I would go with that because the thought of me drinking spoiled milk or I would only eat once a day. Just
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's way different.
Okay.
Way different.
Alrighty then. Now that we got past that.
Yeah. So welcome to Laughing Through History.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about
Black comedians.
Like me?
Yes, like you. You are technically a comedian. You have performed on stage live.
I did.
And you are quite funny.
Quite.
I'm not just saying that as your best friend. I would have laughed at you even if you were someone I did not know.
Ooh,
because she was funny.
That was funny. Even when I forgot my lines.
But, it's the bounce back. It's the bounce back.
Yeah, I did not run screaming off the stage.
Yeah, it's the bounce back.
Yeah.
The greatest people have, did you not see Patti LaBelle doing her tribute to, who was it that she just, was it?
Oh, I did see that one. Who was it? When she said she couldn't get it or something. She couldn't hear it.
Damn it. It's on the tip of my tongue. It was just recently. Father God.
Was it Rita? No.
No.
You said Patty was doing...
Patty was giving a tribute to...
Tina?
No.
Sorry.
It doesn't
matter.
All I know is
it did not go
she
well.
fucked that lady's song up. That's what I know.
Yeah.
That's what I know definitively. That she did not put any effort into rehearsing for that song.
It just wasn't working well for her.
Yeah, so
anyway,
it's the bounce back. It's the comeback.
Yes.
Yeah, you did a great job.
Thank you very much.
You did. I feel like if I had the right tutelage, if I had like a mentor or somebody to just kind of guide me through, I think I could do it.
I think you could.
I don't know if I would be great at it.
You are freaking hilarious. But everybody starts out somewhere. Yeah, you can become great at it. So that's my goal for you is before this year's out. We're going to 20 and 24.
Oh my goodness.
You can do it.
Maybe I'll do a
You can do it.
Maybe I'll just do like a 10-minute on camera.
Yeah. You don't have to do 10. That's a lot. Because I think because I went to like a little class and we had to do something. We had to go somewhere and perform. So I did it twice then. But I think
you went to Cosby's too, right?
Yeah, I think we had to do like 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
That's all they, what you start off with is 5 minutes.
Okay. Maybe.
Yes. Not maybe. No, there is no try. Do whatever happens in the Star Wars. You don't know Star Wars?
No.
Yoda?
No.
Oh, finally something you don't know that I know. But I didn't get it right. But yeah, Yoda was like, something like there's no try. Just do.
Okay. But technically, aren't you trying when you're doing? Like, yes, you're doing it. But if it's nothing you've done before, isn't it technically a try?
Yeah, I think it's a try until you do. Once you do, it's no longer a try, it's a done.
Okay.
We're going to get it done. Get her done.
Get her done. But
See,
yeah,
you're comedy already.
Already, girl, I don't know what to do with all this funny. So dare we just start with the most obvious, at least in my opinion, the one that no one ever asks for, but that I give freely. Dave Chappelle.
I know. It's like, because I'm like, are you going to start old or new? Because, I know you, Dave, all day.
Well, I mean, we can start
Team Dave.
Team Dave every day, all day. I don't care what he says. Because I take it for what it is.
Comedy.
A joke.
Yeah, it's comedy. Yeah.
So I did go to his most recent tour,
Mm-hmm.
his most recent show. If I told you how much I paid for it, you'd probably be like, the fuck?
So I can make you laugh for half price.
Suffice it to say, we will be taking out student loans for my daughter's college education. But no, jokes aside, it was a lot, but I'd pay it every single time. That's how much I love his comedy. But his opening, because you know how he got so much flack for the LGBTQ community and the transgender jokes and all that, how he got first thing he said was, I ain't fucking with them this time. He was like, I got too much. He said, it's just not worth it. He said, it's not worth it. He said, and besides, I got something y'all ain't even gonna see coming. He was like, tonight, I'm fucking with the handicap. And off he went on a tangent. But again, it's funny. It's not to be taken so personally. Yeah. And I think that's where everything went left. The society that we live in. And I mean, right. And I'm not part of the LGBTQ, I'm not part of that community, but funny's funny. If he talks about black girls with big lips, which he did, like that's my community. You stand up and
be like, stop that.
Right. That's my community. But if you watch like his Netflix shows, I go to sleep to those at night. Yeah. He talked about Anthony Bourdain. He was like, Anthony Bourdain killed himself. He said this man had the most dope job. He traveled around the world eating delicious food with extraordinary people. He said this man killed himself. And then he talked about his friend who was urban genius. He called him an urban genius. He said he got a scholarship to go to school, full ride to an Ivy League school. From there, he went to law school. He met a girl that he fell in love with. He wanted to marry. And Dave said, I told him, man, save that bitch for later. He was like, but he didn't. He was like, later on, it didn't work out. He said, my friend had no money. He said, that bitch took half of that. He said, I say all that to say, this nigga never thought to kill himself.
Stop.
But that's the kind of thing that obviously suicide is not funny. But did you see how he just turned that whole shit around? Like, that's funny.
That's one of the things is storytelling. If people have a way to weave things into something that might not have been. Right. But you find a way to.
Yeah. He even said that he starts a joke backwards. He puts punchlines in like a fishbowl and then pulls it out and writes the joke to the punchline.
I think I've heard him say something like that before.
That's comedic genius.
Yeah.
Genius. I love him. Okay. So who else you got?
Redbox. Redbox. And
can't even do the voice
I was just
anymore.
looking like for older comedy from back in the day. Like I looked up like, how's it? Chitlin Factory. We're gonna have to work with me.
Chitlin
Circuit. Yeah. Yes. And I thought it was just for performers, like music performers, but I found it's also for comedians. Like, so any of the black performers back then only had certain places they could go down south to perform. And so that was called a Chitlin Circuit. Yeah. So he was definitely on, that type of era. I don't know if he was in that specific years, but I also looked at how he was doing comedy that wasn't, it was edgy. It was a little bit out of place for the time. Yeah. But he was hilarious.
But his show, I mean, Jim Crow era aside, he was still one of those comedians who said what the fuck they wanted to say. Yeah. But when you look at Sanford and Son, I'm coming, Elizabeth. I'm coming on you, Elizabeth. You big dummy.
Yeah, he was funny. Like, I didn't even know when I was watching Sanford and Son, I didn't even know he did comedy. He did stand-up comedy. Yeah. Because I see a lot of these comedians that I like, I see they're also actors. Yeah. So like I said, I knew Sanford from Sanford and Son, not from stand up. Yeah, he's raw.
when you look at his stand up compared to the show, even though he's quite sharp around the edges on the show,
but he was like
his stand up,
he's like a granddaddy on the show. He like a cat daddy on the
I did love me a Red Fox. Love me a Red Fox. Along those lines, Flip Wilson. Remember when he did The Lady in the Dress?
I don't remember he did stuff like that.
I can't. Oh my God! I swear I have all this stuff in my head until it's time to talk about it.
When I looked up, I Googled who's the first black well-known comedian, Flip Wilson, because he was out there in 1933.
Yeah.
So he was I guess
can't think of the name. Maxine. If I scream out a name, that's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be his who he did as a. But I mean, we can't talk about comedy without talking about Richard Pryor.
Yeah, another one back then.
Yeah. When he talked about running down the street on fire and the bum being like, "Got a light," it's hilarious.
And he was talking about his life.
Yes,
I like comedy like that when they can make fun of their stuff.
Yeah,
and that's what I think I was mentioning to you earlier. Like not new, but they're talking about people stealing jokes. If it's about your life, nobody can say that's not yours,
right?
Because he was definitely pulling from his own, his own experiences.
Yeah.
Side note: did you know he also had MS?
I did not.
But yes,
I feel like
kindred spirit, comedy, MS. Is he my daddy, Mama?
There's something you want to tell us, Ms. L?
Richard Pryor, my daddy.
Yo, that would be hilarious. It would explain a lot. It would explain a lot. But also his movies with not just his, but him and Gene Wilder
together. Nuts. Just nuts.
Remember when they went to jail and Gene Wilder, they were walking in and he was like, "No, man, you gotta be tough. You gotta." And Gene Wilder was like, "Yeah, that's right. We man." And then with the cigarette, with the guy, the big black guy and the cigarette, and he was like, "You got a light?" And Richard Pryor was like, and he had the match, and he was like, and he struck it on his chest, and he was like, yo, those movies were classic.
What did he do? The one with the man with two heads or something like that? Was that him? No, maybe it's a black and white guy. Maybe I'm all mixed up with who they were.
No, I mean it very well could be.
I don't know everything.
That's what I was gonna say. I don't know everything.
Television.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know all things Richard Pryor, but I know he was a comedic genius. I know that Live on Sunset Strip is forever and ever and ever going to go down as one of the best, the best.
So going from Richard Pryor, I think the next one I think of Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy. Because I remember one Eddie's was it Raw? Because I don't remember all the names like you do. But he was talking about how he was talking to Richard Pryor.
It's either Raw or Delirious.
Okay, those are the two names I know. Yeah. But he was talking to Richard Pryor because I guess he had talked to Bill Cosby. And Bill Cosby was talking about how he's talking all that filth. And he was like, "Well, did you say filth? No, well,
he was like, "Man, you tell Bill Cosby I said have a coconut smile and shut the fuck up."
So Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy was funny. And also because my mom's name is Lillian. When he did that bit about Lillian cannot go outside. Right. So let my mama get beside herself.
This is my house and I live here. Eddie Murphy was classic as a stand-up, but he's also classic as not only a comedic actor, but he has chops as an actor. But did you see Dolomite by any chance? I know it's your.
I think I did because it was he made a movie.
Yeah, it was a Netflix thing. Which I don't understand how he didn't get nominated for an Oscar.
But the movie was about him making a movie, was it?
The movie was about Dolomite.
Okay, so I did see that.
And even the fight scenes and everything, they took from the original Dolomite.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But yeah, so he is good. Sometimes he gets little cornballish roles, but overall.
Name one. Oh, besides the Golden Child. In Best Defense.
The knife.
Golden Child. Give me the knife. Yeah. That was Horrible. And so was Best Defense.
Yes. Every once in a while he had some that I was like,
Man, Trading Places. Coming to America. I could have done without Coming to America, the second one.
But I mean, yeah, you come
the Clumps. Hercules. What? Classic. Oh, God. Dr. Dolittle. Even did you see the newest one? The Christmas one. Yeah. Yes.
Now I can think of the ones I don't like about it.
Right, because it's hard to pick them. I also didn't care for the one, oh my gosh, what about Life? With him and Martin Lawrence.
You gonna eat that cornbread?
Oh, damn right, I'm gonna eat my cornbread. I'm from New York City.
Oh, he got his butt whipped.
But I still got my cornbread. Listen, don't sleep on Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, that one I like. We still talk about that one now. So yeah, and then it had some good people in there too. Yeah, Bernie Mac is another.
Bernie Mac was in there.
Oh, I love me some Bernie. Talk about them kids. I love Bernie gonna let some new kids.
What did he say about his daycare?
He said when I retire from comedy, I'm over daycare. Bring your kids over. You don't have to pay no money. Them kids.
I will fuck your kids up. Jumping on my damn couch.
That's another one about like your life experience because he had his sister's 3 kids. Yeah. And he talked about how them kids. So that young one was ringleader. He said, "Send that boy downstairs, get some milk and cookies." He come back upstairs. She's like, "What about cookies?" Him downstairs.
He said, "Who the fuck is him?" Him downstairs. Like, I get the shits myself. You know, he said she came down on bow leg and put the thing up. He said, "What you doing?" I guess I'm milking cookies. Bernie Mac was classic.
Yes.
Life gone way too soon. I wonder like where his path was leading him, you know, had he not passed. Patrice, I almost said Patrice Rushen, went straight from comedy to music. I'm trying to think of Patrice's last name, but he was another one, a stand-up.
Yeah, I remember. Passed away early.
Yeah, who I was like, oh man, like I wonder where that was going because he was hilarious too. Yeah. Going too soon. Next,
what? Can I have time to mourn? Good Lord,
he been gone a while. You done mourned. Move on.
Next.
Wanda Sykes. Let's talk about some chicks.
Wanda, yeah.
Let's throw some boobies in the conversation.
See, what was I thinking about Wanda recently? Because she was kind of on the list. What are you?
My hand in your frame. My hand in your frame. Or he's gonna kill me.
Sorry. Wanda. Oh yeah, Wanda's got the twins.
And 2 white ass babies.
She talked about her kids. Look. So I don't know. I don't have any specific Wanda memories.
Oh boy. So she did her latest where she was talking about I'm trying to think of the name of the show because it's was it The New Normal? The New Normal? She stays on Donald Trump. She told her audience one time, if you came to this show thinking I'm not going to talk about this motherfucker, you are at the wrong show.
Oh, wow.
This may not be for you. But I like that she's politically, you know, she's engaged in politics. But her whole stand-up is not that, but she's able to touch on it and make it funny, especially when she starts talking about Trump. There was one she talked about Obama and how cool he walked and how one time he tripped while he was walking, but still was like, like, I got this. And how she talks about her wife. And she always talks about her like this. And she always has a cigarette. Yeah, the wife doesn't even smoke. She does. But she says she's French. So she's like, this is how the French, you know, I think about the French. And then the twins, I don't know. I guess it was a shared decision to have 2 white kids as opposed to, you know, 2 black. Because I guess her white family could have felt the same way. Why you got 2 black kids? Why can't you have 2?
But wait, are they twins?
Yes, they're twins.
They would be the same.
No. I meant instead of getting 2 white kids, get 2 black kids. Nutso.
But you said, okay, but they come in a pair. They could have got a couple of black and a couple of.
Who wants 4 fucking kids?
Some people, not
obviously they don't.
But I'm saying, but yeah, they got.
I'm sorry twins. For all you parents who got mad kids.
They got twins. They're gonna be. Well, not always. It's gonna be the same race.
They are not. Do you watch Days of Our Lives and all soap operas?
No. But you're right. I said that laughing at you, and then I was like, oh yeah, twins don't necessarily have to be the same.
No.
I mean,
like
it's
the same race?
Yeah, it could happen.
Well, yeah, because I guess once this splits.
Well, no, because they would be
works.
fraternal, not identical. Because identical twins, one egg, one sperm.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying, like, you're saying, like, a black dad and a white mom, and they have twins, one's white and one's black.
Two black daddies. A black daddy and a white daddy. If you move real fast.
Oh, you're talking about literally making.
Yes, because fraternal twins.
Two separate fathers.
Right. They're one egg, one sperm, one egg, one sperm. Because usually, let's lesson here. When the eggs fertilize, it's supposed to not be able to fertilize anymore, but it can happen. That's like a fraternal. So if she's real quick on the go,
she can have two.
But I mean, like, there's some time, right? But it's rare.
Yeah.
All that to say, she could have had a black.
Okay, Wanda Sykes. I'm like, Wanda Sykes. Where do you stand on Whoopi Goldberg?
I don't know Whoopi like that. I know her movies. I've seen her movies. I think most of them are pretty funny. Mm-hmm. I don't think about her so much when I thought about comedians.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. I think of her more doing her one-woman show. She had a one-woman show. I remember when I was little, and we used to put the towel on our head and our white girl hair, and we would flick our white girl hair around. But in her one-woman show, she talks about that. She's a little black girl, and she's talking about, her white hair and the towel. So I was like, oh, it wasn't just us.
Yeah, now that you said it, I think I've done it too.
Yeah, it's amazing how, as a child, and now you're like, I'm good,
right?
I'm straight,
I'm good. Yeah,
right? I'm straight. Who else you got?
I have. Let's talk about Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx. He came up when I was looking at comedians, and I didn't initially think about him as a comedian because I remember the story. Jamie started out wanting to be a singer. And he couldn't get into Hollywood that way, so he went to acting, and he was on In Living Color. So yeah, he was funny in those things, and he's funny in a lot of shows. And then from there, he went to singing. So I don't think has he ever done stand up? Like, yes. I didn't even know he does a comedy show, but yeah, he's definitely comedic, and I do like his work. I like his singing. I like his acting. So yeah, I like Jamie all around.
I like Jamie Foxx as an actor and as a singer. I don't care for him as a stand-up comedian. I'm sorry. But he did have a couple of bits that were hilarious. I can't think of the name of the stand-up, the last one that I saw, but he did this thing about just want to make you comfortable. And then by the repetitiveness of it all, eventually, when he was ready to say that word, the whole audience would say, comfortable. Yeah. So I like that he did that. And he did this other thing where he did like African music, and he was like, da-da-da-da. Like, it was kind of dope how he did that. But, yeah, loved him on In Living Color. And no, I'm not going to do the Wanda face. I know you want me to, but I'm not. Yeah, but he was hilarious as Wanda. He had a couple of really good skits on there, but gosh, his voice though, amazing. Yeah. And his portrayal of Ray. Amazing.
Oh yeah, the movie Ray Charles, but also talking about his voice. You were talking about singing, but also his impressions.
Amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, he's good at that too.
Yeah.
Which I think led to his performance in Ray. Yeah, he was able to capture that.
What if Hollywood never had let him in? What if he wasn't versatile enough to say, "Well, if I can't get in singing, I'm not going."
Yeah, and that was a smart move for him. Yeah. Did he have any more than one album?
I don't know.
I think he only had the one, but anyway.
He's got money. He got money however he's making it. He's doing all right.
Yeah. Good job, Jamie Foxx. Martin Lawrence. Another one. Don't care for his stand-up, although he did have his You So Crazy. You So Crazy.
So crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, that one was pretty funny when he was talking about being in a car with his friend. And they were smoking, and even a good comedian gives you more to think about than just words.
Yes,
you get to watch them. So he's talking about being in a car with his friend, and they're smoking, and they're like, "Oh, you ever think about?" And he's talking about. Eventually, the guy was like, You know where I'm going?
Yeah, the guy was like, he came out or something like,
yeah,
okay,
like,
massage and shoulders and all that. I remember that, but I forgot all about that.
Like sucking this thing or whatever.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. So Martin Lawrence was hilarious. He had a few good stand up, and he was excellent as the host of Def Comedy Jam.
Okay.
Excellent as Def at that.
You're so into this stuff, and then you remember everything.
Comedy. But where he stood out for me, obviously the show Martin. Some of his work on Martin for me would go down as like the greatest in a sitcom. I mean, he's that funny in that show. There were a couple of episodes where I couldn't even like keep myself together when he fought Tommy Hearns and he got lumped up. And at the very end, he came out the room and he was like walking like this and he sat down and they put that camera on his face and he just had knots everywhere. And Tisha Campbell was, you can see, they must have, I don't even know how many takes they must have done where they finally said, just keep the best one. Because there was no way she wasn't chuckling.
Yeah.
Like, so there was, you could still see she was like, oh, you know, it was hilarious. Then the other one where he did, oh my gosh, I still didn't look the movie up. I swear, my black card is gone. But Nino Brown, he did the scene from that movie where they were all surrounded around the table and Nino Brown came in with his dog and his little cane and he was like, yeah, you know something. And he stabbed him in the hand. He was like, oh, pretty motherfucker. Like he did that, but they didn't let him use a real dog. So they gave him this stuffed Rottweiler. Quiche. He was like dragging it around, making it bark like the and when I looked at the reunion where they were talking about it, they were talking about that and how much he improvised that scene because he didn't have what he asked for, which was a real fucking dog. And it was like, yeah, we're definitely not giving you a real dog. But yeah, then you look at all of his shows, Big Mama's House. I mean, his movies, Big Mama's House, and what's the one with Will Smith? Where they're cops.
Bad Boys. Yeah, Bad Boys. Yeah.
Yeah, like Blue Streak.
Hilarious.
You look like you want to say something serious.
No,
get it, girl. Get it.
Like improvising. Like one thing about a good comedian doing stand up is you have to be able to improvise because people will haggle. Or people will say things. Heckle. You know, haggle is prices. Right. Heckle. They will heckle them. Or they'll just make a comment.
I know where you're going. Go ahead and tell the story.
So we went to see another one of your faves, Tony Rock. And we had the seats in his lap, pretty much. Like
we were this close.
Right. It's like, yes, that's how close we were. And he was talking about a particular act. And okay, we've been laughing. Yeah, that word. Yeah. And we've been laughing so hard. So Natalie's like, oh, we said my mouth hurt. My jaws hurt. He's like, what'd you say?
He picked up on that so quickly.
Because you should have known better. He just told the lady over there. He's like, I can hear you. This is not television. Right. I can hear you.
Right.
And he came to you. He's like, what?
He's like, what you say? I was like,
like my jaw hurts. Like, that's because.
And then he just went in on me for a solid 2 minutes. Like, just.
And it was funny. I laughed.
It was I laughed. Like, it made my jaws hurt more. Because I was laughing so hard, but he was literally like, yeah, your jaws, and I'm like,
girl, you didn't walk right into that. But again, he could weave that just right
that quick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gotta get that.
I'm not gonna do his routine. You have to absolutely.
Oh God, I can't help but tell my husband that too when he was watching.
Yes,
it's like, oh yeah.
And now every time I hear that, I'm like, where
would our life be without comedy?
Listen.
Oh my gosh.
Don't even pretend to get me to try to think that way.
We got to get a would you rather questions. Like, what would you like if you had to live without comedy or? Like,
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm not taking that one.
Yeah,
I'm not taking that.
Yeah, and if this new generation doesn't get it together, unfortunately, we're either going to be without her, or it's going to be so streamlined that it's going to suck.
Right.
Except for Dave Chappelle, Tony Rock, and Chris Rock, because they'll never bow to that.
Yeah.
They won't. Thank heavens.
All right, got time for like 1, 2 more. Which
okay.
Because you mentioned Chris Rock.
Well, I don't want to leave the ladies out. So I'm literally just going to go down a list of ladies because I do not want to have this conversation without acknowledging the contribution of a Black comedian, a Black female comedian. Like it's impossible to do. Monique and Samore, they are not my brand of comedy. However, salute to these chicks for doing what they're doing. It's something about hearing women so freely talking about dicks and pussy. Like it throws me a little bit. You know what I mean? That's not me knocking them as a comedian because I want them to be supported and I want them to have platforms just like the guys do. You know, the $50 million deals and $60 million deals on Netflix. These chicks deserve that. But I say that to say Monique and Samore, Adele Givens, she started out in Def Comedy Jam, and her bit about
it's not the one she's like such a fucking lady.
Yes, I'm such a fucking lady.
Yeah.
But as a woman with big lips, when she did that joke about the big lips, and another one, she just came out of nowhere. Some guy in the audience heckled her and said something about her lips. She was like, "You saying something about my lips?" And and she was like, "Yeah, you probably one of them dudes who want me to suck your thing." And she was like, "But it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. These lips and your little old thing be like giving a whale a Tic Tac." Hilarious. When I tell you that entire room was upside down, and that always stuck with me because she came quick with it.
Yes.
So Adele Givens, shout out. Aisha Tyler, she doesn't get the credit she deserves as a comedian. You know who that is?
No, I do not.
Did you ever watch Criminal Minds?
Yeah.
The Black lady?
Yeah.
Only Black one.
Yeah, but I'm thinking
that's Aisha Tyler. She's a comedian.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep. She's a comedian. She was married to a white guy for a really long time. I don't know what happened there. Maybe she was just too damn funny. I don't know. Leslie Jones. Leslie Jones is hit or miss for me.
Yeah.
I don't think she's particularly hilarious. She has a funny delivery. She's very loud and very, and you know how that gets me.
Yeah, I know. When I saw her co-hosting, I was like,
yeah.
I was like, you're not gonna like that. You're not gonna like that. Because it's a little bit much for me sometimes too. Yeah.
All that yelling, it's kind of like when pastors and I immediately start making my Walmart list. Like you lose me at that point.
With all that extra.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's too much.
Yeah, even like the choir and Patti LaBelle and Fantasia. I love them all. But once you start that screaming shit, you lose me.
Everybody's not everybody's cup of tea.
Absolutely.
Obviously, I know somebody's like them.
Yeah. Lonnie Love, hilarious. Sherry Shepherd, hilarious. Cheryl Underwood, she also got started on Def Comedy Jam, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sure they had,
other stuff
before that, but I'm talking about where I first noticed them. Nicole Byer.
Yeah, she was on Seth. Is it Seth Byer?
Are you thinking of Amber Ruffin?
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah,
Amber Ruffin.
Who's
Nicole Byer is she does Cake It. Cake something on Netflix. She's freaking hilarious. Hilarious. But she's also on which I don't even know, is this show coming back or what? It's a bunch of Black friends. They go to the bar, they drink a lot of wine. Well, sorry guys, can't promote your show. Forgot it. It's all this 52 in me. Lunel, Robin Thede, who does the Black Girl Comedy sketch show on HBO.
Nope.
Okay, that's hilarious. You gotta watch that.
Okay.
You gotta watch that. That's hilarious. So Ego Wodum, SNL. I don't know that she's a stand-up, but she is hilarious on SNL. She's one of the funniest. So I mean,
there's a lot out there.
There is, and the list can go on and on and on. And on and on.
Yeah, so let us know some of your faves out there. We can't name them all, and
in the time that we have.
Oh yeah, and then there's some that we might want to check out ourselves. So
and white people, don't be afraid to come over to the dark side in comedy And Black people, don't be afraid to go over to the light side of comedy, because there's a lot of funny in those white people. But I feel like sometimes we get so bent on just Black comedy and Black music, and venture out a little bit, see what's out there.
Yeah, you'll be pleasantly surprised, I'm sure.
Yeah. On that note,
guess we're out of here. Peace.
Are you picking up what we're putting down? If so, now's the time to like, follow, subscribe, and share. We'd also love to hear from you. Give us a call at 757-504-4649, or you can email us at lifecracksusup@gmail.com, or just drop us a comment. If you're so inclined, do all three.
Thank you for hanging out with us. Be sure to like, follow, share, and subscribe, and look for a new episode every Wednesday.